What's good, people? You're tuned into Condo Online. This is Juiced. I got my guest with me. She goes by the name of Lotty. How are we?
Hi.
You okay? It's good to have you here today. You've been at the campus all day shooting cover music videos with the guy himself, Chase Johnston Lynch, and Ross Brown. Shout out to Ross Brown. I know you'll be watching me. Right, so let's just jump straight in. I know you look a bit nervous. Right? You call Charlotte Jones.
Yeah.
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 You was called Lotty Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You changed your name to Lotty.
Yeah.
Lotty. Can you explain to us how you got the name Lotty and why you've changed the spellings as well?
Okay, so I got the name Lotty from being because when I'm off stage, I'm Charlotte, and when I'm on stage, I'm Lotty. There's two different types of personalities on there, so that's where that came from. And I decided to just change it, because it was just...
So what you're saying is that you're a different character when you're on stage?
Yeah, when I'm on stage, there's a different type of person on stage.
Sounds like what Beyonce said, Sasha Fierce. When she's on stage, she's Sasha Fierce, and when she's not, she's Beyonce. That's what she said anyway. I don't know. So it's that type of thing, is it?
Yeah.
Is it like a confidence thing as well, do you think? A boost? Does Lottie do things that Charlotte Jones wouldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Blame it on someone else type of thing. You basically, you changed your name. You was Lotty Jones, your artist name, but you changed it to Lotty. What was the reason in that?
Yeah, because it's like if someone turned around and looked up my name, it was like a doll thing.
So like Barbie doll type thing online, so you were competing with Barbie.
Yeah.
Way of changing your name then, isn't it? To make sure that you come up first on Google. So you've been recently signed to Big Condo Records.
Mm-hmm.
How's that been?
Fab.
It's been fab, has it? Yeah.
Fab, yeah.
Has it? Yeah. Why? Tell us why.
Just the opportunities and to see just to see the big difference it's made. Because when I was on my own, and it's you can kind of see there's not as much progress as it is now.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more confident with the music and everything, and when I put it out there and everyone's coming to get it and I'm being guided the right way, do you know what I mean? So I'm not on my own and I'm not throwing things here and there, and it's all got a pattern, do you know what I mean?
Do you feel like there's a lot of support there?
Yeah, 100%.
Support that you've been missing as an artist as well? Yeah. Because obviously it's not just about plays and views and things like that, it's about actually having people that back you and obviously make sure that you're doing the right things as well. So you was performing at Colours Fest in Princess Park on last Saturday, was it?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went well. Yeah, it went well. At first I was a bit nervous because I haven't been on a stage that before, so I was wow. But then when I got on, it was just really nice.
That was kind of a first for you to be on a big stage and be in that surroundings. So how did that feel? So
overwhelming.
Was it overwhelming?
Good, overwhelming. It was I don't know, it just made me feel really proud. I was because it just made me feel really happy. Yeah.
So where else have you performed? Obviously you must have performed on other big stages.
Yeah, the Zanzibar was one, Art Club, O2 Academy, and Studio 2, and just a little few bars and stuff. But I think I don't know. It feels like the difference between them stages is it's a big stage obviously, but it's not massive. It's open, so it's not like everyone
performing out to a big massive field full of people.
Yeah, so it's because I think standing from that and you can see everyone on the field, and so you can see all the people. It's oh my god, it's the thingy. But when you're on them stages, it's everyone's just there, so it's fine.
What's been your favourite venue to perform at? Besides the festival, you've mentioned Park Street, you've mentioned Zanzibar and a few others. Which one has been your favourite?
I'd say the Zanzibar. That'd be my favourite, just for the fact of everyone that came to watch was very musically, what would you call it? They were very interested. Yeah, they were there's just genuine music fans that want to listen, and it was just dead nice, and just that atmosphere with everyone as well.
So it was more of the atmosphere of the crowd than the venue itself.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get out of you, what was your favourite venue?
Venue wise, probably the Art Club.
The art club.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a mini O2, isn't it? Was the big room or the small room that you were in?
It's the one with the bar.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. It's a big one of mine. I don't know.
But that's your favourite venue, is it?
Yeah, I'd play that again. Yeah.
So, you've been at the big Condo Academy today. What have you been up to?
Shooting some cover videos. Yeah.
Cover videos?
Oh, yeah.
Any songs that we've heard of?
Fields of Gold. That's one. Sting. Completely got off my mind now what I've played. So there's that one. I've just gone on my head completely.
It's been a long day, hasn't it? It's been a long day for it.
So tired.
You've done 6-7 covers over 4 hours.
And then there's Smiths, there's that one.
Yeah.
There's a Pink song in there. Yeah.
That's all you can remember for now. Yeah. So I Chasers, had you on a green screen and now you're sitting on a beach.
Yeah.
And the New York skyline and things like that.
And underwater.
Yeah. And you were lucky that there was a keyboard here because you played
keyboard
as well. So who's your favourite artist? Who, if I had to name one artist in my whole life that I could say this is the artist who's my favourite, I'd say Jay-Z. Massive Jay-Z fan for many different reasons, not just music. But who would be yours?
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush?
Yeah.
Unusual one?
I just love I don't know, it's a songwriting that gets me. It's not like, she doesn't songwrite from like the same thing as like some people do. It's different stories and each one is different. There's a different type of thing to it, and then in the videos as well, it's like she shows this story there and there's always an underlying type thing about it, and that's what I really
like. It's like a hidden meaning in the songs, and sometimes she might be singing one thing but it means another thing as well, So what are your top 5 artists of all time?
Top 5 artists, being Morrissey, Demi Lovato, probably say Elton John.
Elton John?
Yeah.
Elton John? Yeah. Legend of rock.
I love Elton John.
Have you seen the film?
Not yet.
I watched the film the other week. It was quite shocking, to be honest.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. I'd say Elton John. Probably George Michael. I know it's not like a thing that everyone would like, but I'd say George Michael. And Jack Johnson.
Proper 80s vibes
I know,
that you're going for, You're not even old. I don't think you were born in the 80s,
No.
What was you born in the 90s? Born in the 2000s, she's listening to all the 80s and the 70s. Jesus. So, how have you appeared here? What I mean is, you're on a musical journey. You haven't just landed from space and landed at the big Condo Records. What have you been doing before? Obviously, you've started with a new journey. What have you been up to?
Well, just gigging is what I've been trying to do, and trying to just, like promote myself on my social medias and that, but gigging is the main thing that I was doing before all this, just to try, because that's, I started to try and gig as many gigs as I could, but
Has there been anywhere where you went to hone that talent?
I went to Lipper.
Yeah, how was that?
That was boss, it was really boss, like the opportunities that they gave there was amazing, and that's the thing, they give you everything that you need to know about the music business later on. They were giving you all that information, so you had some kind of idea when you left of what you were going to expect, and I'm hoping to get there into uni next year. I just think it was really like helpful for me to like leave from there, because I remember leaving school and we didn't do much about music in school, so to me it was like I don't know what to do. So I went there and they completely guided me the right way.
Did they work with your talent as in singing? Did you have singing teachers?
Yeah, they worked with different like aspects of that. So we would go in and we'd do like an assessment, and we'd have to do our instrument and whatever we did and what we auditioned with, and they give us tips and they guide us on how to like progress that and how to make that better. And then you could see the difference from like when we started to when we ended, and just how much like progression you could see there.
How do you come up with your songs?
Well, So, well, sometimes they can kind of differ from maybe dreams that I've had or something.
That's weird. I used to do that.
Yeah,
I used to have a dream, and then I'd get up early. I'd just, as soon as I wake up, pen and pad, and write what was going on in the dream.
Yeah,
you know
that's where some of them spiral from, and then some of them will spiral from, like, if I'm on the bus or something and I've seen something on a bus, and like it will just, I'll take that from that, and then that story I'll take and just write that. So it's always a different story, and sometimes they are based on like my own experiences, but most of the time they're not, because I prefer to kind of take other stories, you know what I mean? Like mine, but I don't know, I just kind of take that and just adapt it. Like obviously some of my songs are based on personal experiences, but not all of them.
Not all of them. But it's the thing is with music, it doesn't have to always be yours, but it can be someone else's story, but you've heard it or seen it.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But is there a single that you've wrote so far, which obviously you haven't released any singles yet, but is there anything that people really need to look out for in the future, over the next year?
Well, there is one song that I have that is like based on like just kind of not knowing where you are, do you know what I mean? And it's like there's just that whole song, it completely got a whole different name to what the actual meaning of it is.
Yeah.
And it just, I think that would be the one for me that I think people should listen to, because I feel like that would really relate to other people, because that's what I like to do with my songs as well, is I like to like write stuff and I won't give a meaning out for it, I won't explain it. I'd rather people listen to it and have their
opinion.
Yeah.
I know a few artists that do that. I think one of them is Serious D, who's just recently shot a music video with Condo online. He said that exactly the same thing. He likes to put stuff out and then he doesn't say what it is, he lets people decide what it is. But you love the keyboard, you love the guitar. Yeah. What do you prefer the most? Keyboard over the guitar? Why is that?
Because that's where I first started with my keyboard. So I got that for Christmas or whatever, and it's just...
How old was you?
14.
I thought you were going to say something like 10 or 9 and you've been playing ever since.
I started when I was 14 and I just kind of went from there, and I wrote like one song that was in high school, and that was really cringy.
Yeah, but you didn't do music in high school, did you?
No, I had to do it on my own in high school, so we had like an after school thing, or like I took drama instead of music because we didn't have a music course, so I took drama to try and like make up for the music, which I did, but it wasn't like, I wasn't kind of helped out with the music, so I had to kind of do it on my own, do you know what I mean? So I was just, I was sitting there writing songs and just went from there.
In school? Well, you should have been to school, right?
Yep.
Naughty girl. Naughty girl. What school did you go to?
Savio.
Savio. Naughty. So, one of the questions I always ask people, I like to ask this question because being in the industries, I won't say industry because the big condo was involved in many different things that go on, all creative, all interlinked. A lot of people are fighting with what I call demons. They can be all different types of things. So we've had people in here who have spoke about being homeless, having to rob and steal just to eat. We've had people talking about Tourette's, holding them down. People talking about like fibromyalgia and like, I don't know, going bankrupt and just going through issues that was a hard time for them and how they overcome them to get where they are. So have you been through any hard times and how did you overcome it?
Well, yeah, like it's still, obviously still stuff that happened now, but like years ago, or like 3 or 8 years ago, I was just a bit wound up in this whole situation, but it's like, it was only, that's what I always say to people, is it's only you telling yourself these things, you know what I mean? It's not like that, but like, you have that kind of, you have that way to tell yourself positive things rather than tell yourself the negative things, because they aren't real, do you know what I mean?
What was going on with you, like anxiety?
Well, it was anxiety and like depression and stuff, and just like soul suicide and stuff, and I just think everything was that around that time just got into my head, and like some days now it's still the same and some days it's not, but as I said, you can't like, you gotta get around that, do you know what I mean? And I knew, I kind of figured that out over the past year. Like it's still, like last year was a struggle as well. And it's like, I don't know, you just feel alone, don't you, sometimes like that. And it's hard, and you don't want to speak about it to people, and you don't want to just like burden everyone at you. And it's just difficult. And I think that that's what also gets people down. But me trying to overcome that, it's like I have to be positive with myself. I can't be negative, and I've got to tell myself that it's not real. Like everything that I'm thinking in my head
it's only
it's only me, and it's only me telling myself that. And they kind of weigh it out of whether do I want to carry on being so sad and down for the rest of my life and just worrying all the time, or do I want to just, you know, just be able to be happy. And you can't always try and help yourself, you know what I mean? You can't completely cure anything in your head that you're thinking, but you can sit there and you can just think positively, not negatively. But I know that's obviously it's difficult, and for me sometimes it's difficult to even think that, and there are going to be days when I just sit there and think I can't, do you know what I mean? And everyone gets that, and I think to try and overcome it, you've got to really, really push yourself. And I think no one really truly can completely cure themselves of like when they're feeling like suicidal or whatever. I think no one can really cure themselves, but they can really, really better themselves. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you don't I think there's no way that you can.
What are some of the things that you do to better yourself then, to get you into a more positive light?
Sometimes I'll write songs, obviously, and then sometimes I'll just write letters to me, and just writing everything that I've done that I should be proud of. And just read them over and over, and then I'll sit there and I'll just read or something, or I'll just watch something, or sometimes just going to sleep and just for a few hours just doing that and turning my phone off.
I don't do that. We don't sleep at the condo. We don't sleep 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, you know what I'm saying? That's how we go. But while we're touching on this subject, which we haven't really talked about much on this show, is mental health and musicians. Now, there's a lot of musicians out there who have mental health. I'd say there was more musicians with mental health than what there was general public. So do you think that musicians already have mental health issues when they turn to music as a cure, or do you think the music gives them mental health?
Well, see, I think, personally, what I think is everyone anyway, no matter whether they're a musician or not, has all got some kind of mental health issues. And I don't know, I feel like you can either come into the business with feeling like that, or you can come in and I guess it can affect you in a way, because that's the thing. If you put something out online or something and you only get a certain amount of likes, sometimes that might bring your self-esteem down, do you know what I mean? So then people might sit there and overthink that then, and there's a possibility they will get wound up in thoughts like that. Or sometimes people could come into it and still already have them type of issues, and I think it would worsen, do you know what I mean, sometimes. But I feel like you've got to look at it two ways. You've got to look at it and be like, well, some people aren't going to like this and some people aren't going to like that, do you know what I mean? And I don't personally feel like it does completely affect, I don't think you can come in and it can completely wreck your head. I don't think so. I just personally think that everyone has a little bit of it, but not everyone is as vulnerable as people, do you know what I mean?
Everyone's dealing with some sort of demon. That's why I like to talk about the demons, because regardless of different situations and backgrounds, people have got demons, whether they come from rich background or not, you know what I mean?
That's it,
Well, give me 5 things you need to have an amazing performance at a festival.
Well, obviously you need to have it all, you need to have a set completely neat, and you need to spot on, you need to know what you're doing. So that'd be 1.
Number 1, spot on set.
Yeah. Obviously 2, don't get instruments.
Instruments? That's if you play one. What if you don't play an instrument?
If you don't play an instrument, remember your back on track.
Instruments, number 2.
3rd, I think you need to interact with the audience to make a good performance, because if you don't interact with them, they're going to be a bit not really, but I mean, if you've not got that connection with them, you might get fed up, or you might think, oh, whatever, do you know what I mean? If you need that kind of connection.
So what are we calling that then? Interaction? Yeah, number 3, interaction. And that is important because I don't, what it is if you don't interact with the audience, they look at you that you're not a performer and then you're not being entertained. Obviously you're a musician but you're an entertainer, you're here to entertain. No one wants to just see someone stand there frozen up on the stage having a go singing, you know what I mean? So,
4, I would say, I don't know, I think having a good set, do you know what I mean? And like just, because I think if you'd have, say if you went on and you did a 20-minute set and you had like 6 originals and then 1 cover, that sometimes can be a bit boring for people, and that's not like...
Yeah, because they don't know your songs, so they can't sing along to
so it's not not against anyone, because I know there's a few people that do that, but it's not against anyone, it's just, like personally for me, I think if I was to go to a show and it was like 6 songs, it was just originals, I'd be a bit like, after a while, I think like 5 originals or something, and then do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think a good set.
If you were doing 6, I'd say 3 and 3. An original, cover, original, then that way you're going to keep the attention of the audience.
See, I feel like, I don't know, it's like, because there's some bands that do 6 songs but they have them like tiny instrumentals and then like class as a song, but it's not. So I feel like that is a bit better. That's, do you know what I mean? It's better than having like 6 3-minute originals, you know what I mean? Because I think that personally would be a bit just not.
So what are we calling this then? Set list?
Good
set playlist. So what's that then? What are the 5 that we've got?
So it's the confidence one. Knowing your set. Instruments. Interaction.
There we go. That's Lotty's sick list for performing on a festival. We made it you first. Right, what I want you to do now, I'm going to put you on the spot. It's on the spot time. Always do this, everyone panics. Right.
Oh no.
I want you to sing a cappella or a cappella for a minute.
Oh, okay.
So
like it's
one of your own, or it can be a cover. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you've got to vote now. Let's go in.
Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what songs I can do. Oh, see now you put me on the spot and I'm doing it now.
Said I was going to do it, didn't I? Everyone panics, especially the bands. When the bands come in, they panic. The lead singer goes, I can't perform without the guitar and the drums. You're like, come on now lad, get them vocals going.
An original. Okay, okay, this is, okay. So this is called Golden Sand.
Golden Sand? Yeah, Golden Sand.
Okay. Walked right in your white veil dress, and I walked right in like a white veil mess. So ocean blue eyes couldn't keep you out of sight. And when he told me you were there, and he told me it was fine.
No, I started into your photos. I was blown away there. Was you done all that?
Smashed it.
Absolutely smashed it. We want more. We want more. We want more.
You go to my YouTube and you can look at it. There you go.
So what's the YouTube then? So people know? I know, but they don't know.
It's Real Lotty Music, and that is the same for all of my social media. So if you want to check me out on any of them, that's what my name is. Real Lotty Music.
There you go. And that's on Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud.
There you go, she's just smashed it. So when you're performing next, let's get these shows out for the people when you're performing.
Yeah, so I'll be performing at the Dough Bar next Friday for the Big Concert Refreshment. So, yeah.
Big massive shout out to the Dough Bar. I just want to say they have the nicest salt and pepper chips in the land, which is known as Scousland. You got to go in. You can get, you know, a bottle of course for £1.60 and, you know, a massive bowl of salt and pepper chips for £2.80. It's a winner all the way around.
And pizza.
And pizza, oh yeah, pizza. Lovely. Big shout out to Matt, my guy down at the Dough Bar, get down there. Right. So, come to the end of the interview. It's been a pleasure. Loved having you here.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to say to the people who are watching?
Just keep liking my stuff, or just check it out if you haven't, and make sure to get down next Friday.
So go check the stuff out and come to the shop. Okay. So I've been Royzy Rothschild. This is Condo Online. This is Juiced. This is Lotty. Go check it out. I will see you again soon. Peace.